So basically, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I edit my Instagram photos using filters from VSCO, Snapchat, and Prequel, and I'm going to show you guys how I edit my thumbnails and adding text, stickers, and outlines to make it all aesthetically pleasing. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a little bit more of a sit down video. So one or two of you guys have been requesting that I share how I edit my thumbnails and stuff, and I thought it's been a really long time since I've done one of these videos. I wanted to share with you guys my updated how I edit my Instagram photos and thumbnails. I also just wanted to do a bit of a normal video that isn't related to quarantine. I think without further ado, let's get straight on into the video. Okay, so I think I'm gonna move this side so that you guys can see my phone screen. So I'm gonna start off by sharing how I edit my Instagram photos. There's one particular app which I'm sure you are all familiar with. I've been editing my Instagram photos with VSCO for probably the longest time. What I normally do is I go into VSCO after taking the photos and I'll import whatever photo I want. So let's take this photo, import it, edit. So what I have is I have a set recipe that I use normally. This is the exact recipe of filters that I use throughout this video for any of you that wanted to know. I just like to play around with it, so like in this photo, if I'm not happy with the exposure, I can go back and readjust it. Other apps that I use to edit my Instagram photos are Snapchat and Prequel. So this is a photo that I took yesterday. We're using the Bahamas filter. And what I find is it sometimes compromises the quality of the photos as well. The whole point for me about Prequel is to try and make the photos look all vintage and cool. So I'm just gonna put a screen recording up of an example of what I would normally do. So you import the photo into Prequel, you go to filters. I like the Miami filters. They add the most like vintage look. After like adjusting the filters and stuff, you can go to the effects, and I like to add bling. So I turn the filter completely down in bling because it adds an additional filter. And then I can adjust the intensity of the bling, the scale, the like rotation, everything like that. This bird is very talkative today. Then moving on to thumbnails, I use 3 different apps: VSCO, Phonto, and PicsArt. This is my quarantine morning routine thumbnail that I took. So I went and put a filter on it in VSCO. Then I added an outline in PicsArt using the drawing feature. Decided that I didn't like the drawing outline. And then I added text using Phonto. And then I added stars in PicsArt. So now I'm going to take you guys through that step by step, starting off with VSCO. So here I have the photo. What it would look like without the recipe is like that. And then that is basically just the filter that I added. I added the same recipe that I added to my Instagram photos. If I decide I want to outline myself, this is actually something that I picked up from Kenna Marie. She started doing it and I really liked the way it looked. So you import the photo that you want, and then you go down to the bottom and you go to draw. You have to obviously make sure that your thickness of your brush is correct. You need to make sure that the color is white. And you zoom in and you start outlining. Now this does take a long while, and I know most people use Apple pencils for this. I just use my phone and my finger. So it's just like a really rough example, but I will take my time when doing this and it won't end up looking like that. Then I like to go into Phonto. I'm just going to show you guys how I add my text. First, I want to tell you guys the fonts that I like. I like to use Arial Bold Italic Photo Shoot. That Helvetica New is basically the same as Arial Bold Italic. So I'll show you guys how I did this text. If there's one thing that I can recommend about thumbnails, is try and make the color of your text resonate with your thumbnail. It makes it so much more aesthetically pleasing. I picked this like pinky color that was the color of my shirt. Then I went to stroke, and this basically just outlines the text. And I put a white stroke. You can obviously make it thicker and thinner however you want. Then I went to style and I added a shadow, and then you can adjust that however you want. Then you go done. then you say tilt, and you can actually put your text upside down. You can also go to curve. I know this is a lot, and you can curve it. You can even curve it into a circle. I mean, look at that. This is pretty much how I add text to my thumbnails. I go back into PicsArt and I add a sticker. I like these star stickers. They are my favorite. You just search aesthetic white stars and then you adjust it however you like. Obviously I don't want stars on my face, so I'm gonna rub those out. And you should end up with something like this, basically. And obviously you can play around with a whole bunch of other things. You could add like a rainbow or whatever, but that's just how I did this particular thumbnail. That is pretty much it for how I edit my Instagram photos and thumbnails. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys learned something, or that I helped you out if you had any questions and stuff. I hope that you have an amazing, incredible rest of your day, and I will see you guys next week with another video. Okay, bye!